Imagine being on top of the music world, with a string of hit albums and singles under your belt, only to have it all come crashing down in a matter of months. This is exactly what happened to the Eagles, one of the most iconic rock bands of all time, in 1979. On September 18th of that year, they released their final #1 single, Heartache Tonight, which would go on to top the Billboard Hot 100 chart for 1 week. But here's where it gets interesting. This song was not only a huge commercial success, but it was also inspired by the legendary Sam Cooke and co-written by none other than Bob Seger. But what's even more fascinating is the story behind the song's creation, which involved a jam session between Glenn Frey and J.D. Souther and a chance phone call with Seger that would change the course of music history. The Long Run, the album that Heartache Tonight was featured on, was a pivotal moment for the Eagles, coming off the success of their 1976 album, Hotel California. However, inner turmoil was slowly pulling the band apart, and they wouldn't reunite again until the mid-1990s. And this is the part most people miss. The fact that Heartache Tonight was more than just a hit single. It was a culmination of the band's experiences and influences, with a melody that sounds uncannily like a Sam Cooke shuffle. As J.D. Souther recalled, Glenn Frey and I had been listening to Sam Cooke records at my house. So we were just walking around, clapping our hands and snapping our fingers, and singing the verses to those songs. The song's creation was a collaborative effort, with Souther and Frey starting with a jam session, and then bringing in Seger to finish the chorus. And when Seger came up with the now famous chorus, Souther knew they had something special. But what's really interesting is the fact that the song's success was not limited to the United States. It topped the charts in Canada, Ireland, Switzerland, New Zealand, the Netherlands, and Australia. So, what made Heartache Tonight such a huge success? Was it the combination of the Eagles' signature sound with Seger's soulful influence? Or was it something more? And what do you think? Does Heartache Tonight deserve its place as one of the greatest songs of all time? Let us know in the comments. One thing's for sure, though. The Eagles' legacy continues to inspire and influence musicians to this day, and Heartache Tonight remains one of their most beloved and enduring songs. But here's a question. What if the Eagles had never broken up? Would they have continued to produce music at the same level? Or would they have eventually faded into obscurity? The answer, much like the band's history, remains a mystery. And this is what makes the story of the Eagles and Heartache Tonight so fascinating. It's a reminder that even the most successful bands can fall victim to internal conflicts and creative differences, but their music can live on forever.